The David Feldman radio program is made possible by listeners like you. You sad, pathetic humps.
You know, Ron Chernow, he's the historian. He wrote Washington, has a new biography about Ulysses S. Grant. He wrote that big book about Hamilton, upon which the play, the musical, was based. Well, the White House Correspondents' Dinner announced on Monday that he's going to be the entertainment. Ron Chernow, the historian, is going to be the entertainment next year at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Give me a break. Everyone knows Ron Chernow isn't funny. It takes 633 pages before the first laugh. Screw him. That guy couldn't ad-lib a queef at an all-you-can-eat Sister of Sappho buffet. Ron Chernow isn't funny. Just another excuse not to hire another woman for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Samantha Bee would have been great next year. So they've decided to replace the comedian with a historian. Maybe they can start replacing White House correspondents with actual correspondents instead of professional wrestlers. And if Ron Chernow is such a great historian, he should try making history by closing his performance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner with even Sarah Huckabee Sanders' brisket farts are lies. Because it's not just comedians who must speak the truth, Ron Chernow. It's the historians as well. You're not up for the job. This is a job for Michelle Wolf. It shouldn't be us barely literate, self-loathing comedians who openly challenge this administration. It should be the Washington insiders, and especially the White House correspondents. Do your job. It's pure cowardice to go with a historian. Historians are there to calm the waters, putting times of crisis into perspective, and offering up crap like, America has been divided before. We'll survive this hiccup, too. Hiccup. We'll survive this hiccup, too. 620,000 Americans died during the civil hiccup. 37 million people died during World Hiccup 1. How many people died because Ronald Reagan ignored the AIDS hiccup? This is not a hiccup. This is a constitutional crisis. We don't need to put it into perspective. There's a time and a place for historians. We don't need them at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We need real journalists who are covering the White House, which, in case you didn't notice, is at war with the First Amendment. We don't need to hear some tweety guy with patches on his elbow talking about John Adams and Woodrow Wilson silencing the press. I don't want to hear about the Pentagon Papers. I don't want perspective. I don't want to be told to calm down because eventually American history corrects itself. Millions and millions of people die and suffer before American history corrects itself. I don't want to hear that. It's the job of White House correspondents to tell us what is happening now. Hiring a historian like Ron Chernow for the White House Correspondents' Dinner, it's pure chicken shit. I don't want to hear about the genius of our founding fathers who gave us all the tools we'll ever need to fix the mess we're in. That's religious hogwash, blind faith in fictitious white men whose holy writ is even more irrelevant right now than the Bible. See the Electoral College, women and African American suffrage, or the Second Amendment. And even more importantly, when it comes to the Constitution, let's remember that nothing good ever came out of Philadelphia, as in Bill Cosby, cheesesteak, and Mario Lanza. If Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Donald Trump don't want to show up, then they don't show up. Good. I'm sure Ron Chernow is very interesting, especially if you're trying to impress your date. But he doesn't belong at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Also, Hamilton sucks. Never read it, never saw the play, but I know it sucks because it's a huge hit on Broadway, so it has to suck, because New York City sucks. Want to know what it smells like underneath Donald Trump's comb-over? Ride the Q train at 4 a.m.
The David Feldman radio program is made possible by listeners like you. You sad, pathetic humps.